Right, we're back. So, yeah, that was progress check. Now we're going to talk about the power of self-validation and why those that do not validate their lives tend to be less happy most of the time. Now, this is something that came to me the other day, and I just want to share it with the recording. Validation is the key to happiness. If you choose whether to live off other people's validation, your temporary happiness when they validate you. If you choose to validate yourself, this will mean constant happiness with whatever you choose to do. Now, it might sound simple, but if you really let that sink in, are you living a life that you want to live? Or are you living a life for other people's validation on what you do? Because if you are living for other people's validation, I would say that you're just existing. You ain't living. Living means to me doing whatever you want to do daily, and whatever you choose to do, whether you choose to work a 9 to 5 or something else, or if that makes you happy, if that validates your life, do it. Don't work a job for someone else's validation, because when they stop giving you validation, then what are you going to do? Then what are you going to do when people stop validating it? You got to think about it, man. Yeah. But yeah, the whole goal of this is, it's not for much traffic. It's for conversations. I can have a conversation with myself in a year's time, 2 years' time. I can look back and go, okay, this is his mindset. This is what he was talking about. This is what he was doing. And I can see progress then. It's long term and short term. Short term, I'm seeing progress with just watching back my videos from the past week. I know it's only been 2 weeks of the new year, but still. But yeah, you gotta really decide what you want to do. And unless you're living for yourself, then you're just existing. And you've got to realise as well that between people, there's no real difference. The only difference is what they think. Now, that goes hand in hand for the validation subject. On if you live for someone else's way of thinking, you ain't living for your own. That could be the title. If you are living for someone else's way of thinking, you ain't living for your own. Because at the end of the day, we're all human, we're all breathing, we're all eating, we're all drinking food. Drinking food is crazy. We're all drinking water, The only difference between humans is how our brain is coded. And the way you choose to code your brain dictates the way you live. If you choose to code your brain based around other people's opinions, you'll be only living for other people's opinions. I think even the art of doing something in public is worrying to some people, it's exciting to some people, it makes people nervous, it makes people feel all types of ways. But am I doing this so that everyone else can see that I'm doing it? Am I waiting for them to clap for me? Am I waiting for them to clap for me? No. And if I'm not waiting for them to clap for me, and that's not what I'm looking to get out of it, then what does that mean? That means I'm doing it for me. And that is why I enjoy this. Because I'm doing it for me. No one's coming to save you. We're all gonna die. And no one is coming to save you. So you gotta align your way of thinking to the way you want to live, because ultimately your thoughts dictate everything. If you programmed your thoughts to hate football, you're going to hate football. If you program your thoughts to love football, you're going to love football. Like, it's really that simple. You've got to program your mind to do what you want to do. And don't live for other people's thoughts. Don't live for people to applaud you on everything you do, because yeah, you'll get that. But if that's entirely your goal, with I'm going to do this so that this person will, clap and like it as well, you ain't going to be very happy consistently. And I think that's the goal. The goal of life is to enjoy the things you do, to be around people that you love, and to spread your persona to other people so that people have a memory of you. If everyone lived for the applaud of others, what would there be to talk about? Tell me. Because before, I used to talk for other people to applaud me. I used to do things for other people to applaud me, and that didn't get me very far. And I've realised that you got to be your own person. Be your own man, be your own woman, be that person. Don't live because someone else has taught you how to live. Live for you. How can you have a conversation with another being if you are doing things for them? That doesn't interest them. It will to some extent, but trust me, that'll die out very quickly. It'll be like, oh, you're doing this? Oh, that's nice. Then what? Then what else is there to talk about? You ain't living for yourself. If you're passionate in what you do, you'd talk for hours on what you do. I talk for hours on what I do. So it's like those that are struggling with, I don't know what it's called, maybe identity syndrome or something like that. You need to be your own person and start thinking for you. Start doing for you. Change that brain waves. Change your thoughts. Change your ideologies unless they're matching up with where you want to be. If in 5 years' time I'm doing something for someone else, where's it going to get me? That would get me 5 years of progress, for something I don't want to do and I'm not passionate about. If I do something for me in 5 years, I'm gonna be good, you know? Like, so you walk past people every day, but you have to realise everyone you see, everyone in suits, everyone in different clothes, some people in suits aren't, but if you see people being unique, do not hate on them. How are you hating on someone that's changed their way of thinking to do what they enjoy when you're living for someone else's applaud? That's all it is. Maybe to you might seem weird. Maybe in the past I felt that way, but now I really realise how when you see people doing what they like, that's a mad statement to their mental progress, because they're going through the same thing. They're struggling with validation. They changed it to validate themselves. They're happy. If you're hating, you ain't happy. Like, there's a lot of little quotes in just this one alone. It's nice to have this space. I mean, some people might see space as somewhere that's popular, that has a community, but for me, it's just this mental space where I can dump where I want to put it. Dump all my thoughts, all concepts, all advice, put it in here and post that to another space that I can then look back at in due time. Like, I'm really making myself proud by this, which is something I was not saying 1 to 2 years ago. The way I'm living now is, and I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm making myself proud every day, enjoying everything I do. There's not one thing that I do that I don't enjoy and that I don't do because of someone else. I do for me. And that's not to say, like, don't do nice things to other people, because that's not what I'm saying. Completely do that. If you've got loved ones, show them that they're loved, you know. But what I am saying is, live for you. If money wasn't a thing, then what would you be living for? And that's what you got to ask yourself. I know people that if money wasn't a thing, they'd leave their job ASAP, and that's natural, but you want to be at that place where what you do is what you enjoy. And unless you do what you enjoy, then you ain't going to see much progress. But yeah, I don't know how long I've been talking, 22 minutes. I'll try to get this posted tonight, just for me, really. I like this chat's nice. I feel like maybe at the beginning I might have been doing it a bit for views, but not completely. Maybe starting a new channel is exciting. You don't know how much you're gonna get, but like really having a deep reflection. I've posted a couple vids, that's nice. And now it's just true talks. I've changed the way I think. I'm not doing it for anyone like I was before, but I'm doing it for my future self, to look at how far I've come. And yeah, I've missed it, man. I have missed it. Like, I know you can journal, you can read, but it's no better feeling than dumping your thoughts. It's like walking and talking genuinely is one of the best things ever. because when you walk, you're in a state of relaxation and comfort, and if you have the skill to speak in public, then this is definitely something I'd recommend doing. Like, maybe you'll get a few looks, maybe, but at the end of the day, you're not doing it for them to look at you and applaud you. You're doing it for you to enjoy it. Just like people running. Do you think people that run are doing it for everyone that they run past to start clapping them? No. Why do you think that people run? People run because it's a habit that they want to be good at, and they know that if they stick at it, they'll see progress. So yeah, you gotta realise. I think that will be the title. Don't live for other people to applaud you. Live so you can applaud yourself. I think that's a perfect title. That's a perfect way to end it. So, see you future when I see you. And yeah.